Well, as promised in the first video, the Mix of Mindy is going to be a mix of things, and today is a mix of emotions. So, for those of that know me, you know my dad passed away very unexpectedly in August, and we have been waiting for my brother to move to Japan. So, today's the day. They left on Sunday, and today they fly out from Seattle to Japan. They flew out a few hours ago, and I'm happy for them because it's such a great experience. My niece will be able to be closer to her other grandparents, and my sister-in-law will be near her family, and my brother, he just loves Japan. He's been there before. He's been there, I think this will be his 4th time, and so it's great for them. It's a little sad for me. So my emotions are all over the place. I'm happy though too because I had been neglecting my business for a while. I just kind of shut down a little bit. I have amazing friends who go through much worse than I've ever experienced, and they just power through and they dive into their businesses, and I'm like, why can't I be like that? But I'm not. So I've been doing nothing with my business, little to nothing. I did some videos, but I just felt blah. I lay in bed, I watch TV. I've been cleaning more. Yay, the house looks better, but still not great. I'm never gonna be one of those cleaners my grandma was the best. You walk into her house and immaculate. She would have some papers here and there, but she just was really clean. My Aunt Tina is really clean. My uncles, my dad, not so much. Me, not so much. My brother, he's a fanatic cleaner as well. And so I've been doing better at that. So, but yeah, I'm up and down today and this week and last week. And but I was feeling a lot better today. I got in my office. I got some stuff ready to mail from really late gifts. So when I do parties, I try and do, what are they called? We'll do games and do little gifts, samples and just fun little things that I have around. And I've had these ready. Well, not ready. I've had them on the slate to do since July. I had everything set up just to print, package, and go. And then July got a little hectic. I thought I'll do it in August, the first week. My girlfriend was visiting, but I thought, I can get this done. And then my dad died the first Monday. So it wasn't I didn't do anything. So I'm kind of excited. So I showed you guys the new catalog. And I'm excited to start doing more parties. So I'm going to reach out to some of those who had already said they wanted to do fall parties. I'm a little slow, so bear with me. This is a new journey for me. I am not one to share my emotions. I don't like to cry, but lately that's all I do. I don't know, but I just need an outlet. And that's what I said this page was going to be. So if it makes you uncomfortable, I apologize. You don't need to watch. I want people to watch. I want you, if you are having the same struggles, share it. That's always been my big thing is, if anything I do in any part of my life can help somebody else, that's what I want to do. I don't care what it is. If I need to come do your dishes for you, I hate to do my own, but I'll come do yours. Because I know for me, little things my girlfriend was here for a month after my dad died, and she would just do the laundry, or she would sweep the floor. I'm what are you sweeping the floor for? The dirt's there, it'll be there later. She's just clean it up. It really is the little things in life. And so I like to, I feel others have helped me through sharing their struggles and their battles, and I want to share mine because maybe that'll help somebody. Generally I come off as a very happy person, and people oh, you're never in a bad mood. I'm well, you ain't never around me very much. And I think a lot of it is just kind of I'm sarcastic and how it comes off. People sometimes think I'm just being funny, and I'm not. It's just how I am. I just can't help who I am and how I am. But, I've always struggled, and people don't believe me, but You don't have to believe me. I know my struggles. You know, I have always struggled with depression and self-worth, like not having any, like thinking other people deserve better than I do. I finally, last year, after my grandma died, I had a hard time. And then I'm diabetic, which is so great and so fun. Yeah. And they were like, you need to start doing a shot. And I, like, lost my mind in the doctor's office and started bawling. And he's like, and I said, I think I might need an anxiety medicine. He's like, yeah, I think maybe you do. And I explained a little bit of my background and things that I've always struggled with. And I'm on a very low dose. Sorry if the screens keep shaking. I keep touching the desk. But I'm on a very low dose of an anxiety medicine, and it has made a world of difference. I can tell when I don't take it. I will get the old sicknesses back. So, how do I explain it? So, ever since I was little, like, new things scared the living daylights out of me. Like, I was in my 30s till going to the post office was something I would do on my own, and it probably in the last year or two, since I've been going a lot for my business, it doesn't bother me at all. But like, I would literally, my face would turn red, I would get sick to my stomach, and I'm talking anything new. Even things like, even going to the grocery store have always been stressful for me. So taking that low dose of the anxiety medicine has made a world of difference. So if anybody else out there struggles, don't struggle anymore. Part of my struggle was, you know, you go to church, and depending on the church, and not even the church as in the church leaders, but sometimes it can be people in the church. I'm not bashing the church, because I know many churches who teach that you need to take care of yourself. And, you know, if you're having mental health issues, you know, to reach out. But, you know, a lot of old-timey people don't always believe that. And I just know that things have been said to me from people from all different walks, and they're like, oh, well, you're weak and you're this and you're that. Well, if I'm weak, I'm weak, and I'm okay with that now. You know, it took me a long time to get there. If I'm weak, go ahead. If you need to judge me, go ahead. But my life in my head is so much better now. Like, I can tell when I don't take my medicine, because my mind will just start racing about dumb stuff that will never happen. Like, you make scenarios up in your head, and it's just like a huge, I don't know what, but it's a mess up there. So yeah, I started that, and I love it. I won't go without it. I might need to increase it, because last week I was thinking, wow, like, I was crying an awful lot. Like, I think, you know, when my dad died, like, everyone's like, oh, you're not crying, or you're not this. Not everyone. People would say things, or maybe it's just in my head. Maybe I felt like maybe I wasn't crying enough, but I'm a late processor. Like, it takes me a while to realize what's going on. Like, I know what's going on, but I have to process, and I've been processing, and then my brother was getting ready to leave, and it was just like, but then this week I'm okay, so maybe I don't need to increase it. I don't know. We'll see how things go. So those are my battles, some of them, and that's my cross to bear. And if I can help somebody, if you want to know what I'm taking, you can message me. It's not addictive. If I don't like to take medicine, I hate it. It's part of the reason I hate having diabetes, because I hate taking medicine. I know I need to lose weight. I don't like to do that either, and it's just everything. But it's okay, because that's just a moment in time, and this moment will pass, and things will get better. You know, one foot in front of the other. And having great friends. I have some really great friends. I have the best sister-in-law in the world, even though she's moving to Japan. But like she says, we'll be like 12 hours ahead, so it'll actually work out for us. Like, I'm a late night person, she's an early morning person, so when I'm working, she'll be like available to me. So yeah, it makes a difference. And friends and people who help you and support you and that don't judge you make a huge difference. You know, a couple years ago, and I'm still working on weeding people out, but I really had to make a huge difference. Like, I don't know, about 5 years ago, like, I really felt like I had no friends, because I needed to get rid of the ones I did have, because they were just very, I don't want to say selfish, and maybe they weren't, and maybe I am the problem, and that's okay. If I am, then I just made their lives better. But I just needed people who didn't demand so much of me, who, gave back as well. Like, a healthy relationship is everybody giving and not just taking. And I felt so depleted. And like, when people tell you, oh, you don't need to rest because you need to help me, those aren't good people. I have heard so many times, you can sleep when you're dead. I would run on empty to go and help them. But when I needed help, oh, well, we're too busy for this, or we need to sleep, or we need to rest. Like, it was bad for me to sleep, but they could sleep all day. And it may seem so minor, but when you're in it and you get away from it, you're like, wow. And then when you have friends who, like, give the same that you give, you're like, you take a step back, and you're like, oh, is this what a friendship is? And that may seem so simple, but, it isn't always so simple. And when you're in the middle of it, you don't always have an objective view. So I'm very grateful. I have amazing friends who, as soon as they found out about my dad, they were like, we're coming tomorrow. And I'm like, you don't need to. And they're like, oh no, we're coming. My one girlfriend, she said something. I said, I just want to crawl in a hole. And she said, and that's why we're coming. And then my other girlfriend was already here visiting, and her daughter. My other girlfriend, unbeknownst to me, like, she wanted to come to the funeral, but she couldn't. And the night of, she showed up, lives 3 hours away, showed up just to spend a few hours with me. Spent the night. We had a couple hours together in the day, and within less than 24 hours, she was back home. It was nice, because usually my sister-in-law is my rock. But she needed to be there for my brother. And my friends were there for me. And it made a huge difference. So that may not seem so big to some people. Maybe you have a lot of healthy relationships and friendships and family ships. And like, I have great family on my dad's side. Like, I've got tons of cousins. Like, my grandma was one of 11, and all the cousins down on, like, we know who each other are, and I've always had cousins around. My mom's side, they're more spread out. I don't really have a great relationship with my mother, and it just is what it is, and it's okay. I have to be okay with it, because I have tried to make it work, and it doesn't. And if only one person's willing, or if only one person knows there's a problem, sometimes people don't realize there's an issue. And if two people can't work together to make it an issue be resolved, or they can't be polite or respectful, it's okay to be like, keep your arm's length, keep a distance. You don't, because really they're strangers. Like, there are people you can know forever, and they're still strangers. And I work with intellectual people who have intellectual disabilities, and sometimes they have space issues. And I tell them, you don't know people, you keep an arm's length away, go like this. If you can touch them, you're too close to them. And sometimes emotionally, you need to put your arms out and circle yourself. And if someone is harming you, and not physically, like always like a knife harming, but if there's an emotional or mental, I don't know the word, but if it's not good for you, it's okay to walk away from it. It's okay to back away. You don't even have to cut the relationship off, but maybe limit how much time you spend with those people. I'm learning that no is a sentence. You do not have to explain your actions to people. You don't. If they don't pay your bills and they're not taking care of you, you don't owe them anything. Other than, we owe everybody like a level of respect for humanity. I used to think I had to explain every action that I did, and some of my friends look at me, they're like, you don't have to tell us that. It's not our business. Like, you don't owe an explanation. And that's, I think, honestly, it's my personality type. I don't think anyone's ever made me feel that way. I think it's just who I am. I even said to my dad a couple weeks ago, before he passed, obviously, because he's dead, I said, why am I so different than the rest of our family. I said, why am I broken? He said, what do you mean? I said, you are comfortable with who you are. Like my family, they don't question that they're loved by the rest of the family. I question if I'm loved by anybody. Like I would always ask my dad, do you love me? Do you love me? And he's like, yes, I love you. Why do you ask that? And there are times like, I need a hug. Again, I'm emotional. And I may not, and I'm huggy with people I know, but like I'm my dad. I love my dad's hugs. And whenever I needed any, I'd be like, hey. And he was always there. And I don't know why I'm different than the rest of my family. And I don't know why I struggle. But I do. And it's okay. I'm learning to be okay with me. So I'm hoping in posting this extremely vulnerable and embarrassing video that it would help one person. Maybe not today. Maybe it'll be lost in the internet in 100 years. Someone will see it. I don't know. And you know, and maybe that person is me. Maybe this is just what I need. I don't know. So I feel like we've kind of run the gamut in this little video that's not so short. But I hope you're doing well today. I hope in some way I can help somebody, make a difference, be an inspiration. You know, be the best person that you can be. And you know, you don't always have to live up to other people's expectations. Sometimes you do when you have a job. You need to live up to your employer's expectations. But it's okay to be you. And it's okay to meet your needs before you meet others' needs. You know, if you're empty, you can't give. And, you know, that's something I've just learned recently. I've always heard it, but it finally sunk in. So hope you guys are having a great day. In Pennsylvania, it is kind of dreary. It's rainy. I'm still loving it. It's humid, though. It's like I have the air conditioning on. October 5th when that air conditioner comes out, because I always make a mistake and take it out early, and then I got to put it back in. But I hope you guys are having a great day. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.